Season 47, war number 7, and we are up against X+K9, and this time my team will be Onslaught, Nick Fury, and Venom. I will be taking Path 4 in Section 1, Path 7 in Section 2, then I will be taking Jessica Jones, Attuma, Titania, and Bullseye mini-bosses, along with the Silk boss using Venom this time around. So quite a different team. I will be using plenty of Venom and Onslaught this specific war, and I gotta say, Venom is one of my favorite counters to Silk I have used so far, but more on that later in the video. Starting off here we have a Kindred on the steady build-up Fury and running on Fumes node, and I will be taking this fight with Venom. Now, as previously mentioned, Venom isn't exactly a great counter to Kindred, in that he doesn't really shut down any of his abilities in any meaningful way, but his light reach is so good that he can easily punish Kindred's special ones every single time with that light attack, allowing you to pause the infestation charge gain. And that allows him to shred most Kindreds without any bigger problems. Now I will be taking some chip damage here, and Kindred does have the passive Fury up constantly, since I can't remove the healbot debuff I have on me from the start of the fight. And that said, this Kindred just got completely melted, not even a minute into the fight, and he went down. I'll have to use a potion for my next fight with Venom, but that's quite alright, it's not a problem at all. Now the next fight here is a Killmonger on the steady build-up Fury and long distance relationship node, and I am taking this fight with Onslaught. Now once again, Onslaught isn't exactly the greatest counter for this matchup, simply due to the fact that he can't shrug off any of the debuffs that he gains here. That means his damage output is cut down quite a bit due to the opponent's inequity mastery if they are running it, and then also the weakness debuffs from the long distance relationship node. Now, all in all, that's not really a big problem, since Onslaught's damage output, once you get going at least, is very good. So even with reduced attack, he will just melt this matchup. Now to start off with, I did have to drop a special 1 for ramp up, and now that I'm at a special 2, I go for a heavy into a special to keep those degens paused immediately afterwards, and the degen just completely melted Killmonger. Essentially all you're gonna do in the fight is just heavy counter basically anything Killmonger does, get to that special 1, use it for the ramp up, and then a special 2 should do the job sooner or later. Now, once again, I did take some chip damage there, since, well, I couldn't remove any of the debuffs and heal with willpower, for example, but again, that's quite alright. It's just a tiny bit of extra damage you might need to heal up for a fight or two, which is not an issue. Then we have a Spider-Gwen here on the Mega Stand and second wind unblockable nodes, and I am taking this fight with Venom. Spider-Gwen is a tactic defender, so she will root me on her specials, however they are very easy to full dex even while rooted, so it's not exactly a problem. Also, Venom completely shuts down the evade against Spider-Verse heroes with that Clinter buff he has, and that means that this Spider-Gwen basically does nothing. If I were to eat a special, however, it could potentially one-shot me, so I do need to keep an eye on that. Other than that, I just gotta hit the opponent until they drop, and that's basically all there is to this. The Make a Stand node is slightly annoying with that protection, but removing it is very simple with just a simple parry heavy here and there, and yeah, Venom damage is one thing that Venom doesn't lack at the very least. Fight went down, no issues there, and honestly, if there were any issues in that matchup, it would only be a skill issue on my part. There's absolutely nothing for Venom to worry about. Then next up we have a Zemo here on the second wind unblockable, power creep, and standing in fear nodes, and I am taking the fight with Onslaught. Now Onslaught usually isn't a great option for Zemo, mainly because if the Daunted debuffs get cleansed, they will not become passives, so you will be lacking on some damage there. Also, due to Onslaught's, well, bigger hitbox I guess, and long dashback, trying to bait out Zemo's special ones can be a bit of a problem at times, making it quite annoying to fight against him. And that's not even just a problem with Onslaught specifically. Now that said, all I really gotta do here is just chip him down slowly but surely, bait special ones, try to punish them with heavies to keep the neuroshocks up, slowly creep up to my special 2, and then hopefully I can fire it off with a lot of neuroshocks on for a ton of degen damage to melt him down quickly. However, once again, due to Zemo being quite annoying, I couldn't get the pause off in time, and now my neuroshocks are about to fall off, which is annoying, but as long as I don't make any bigger mistakes, it's not really a problem. I get the special 2 off and I get 5 degens off of it. Not a lot, but the damage is still respectable, and Zemo will go down in a few seconds. Now, this fight can be quite scary with the power creep node, basically guaranteeing Zemo will at some point be gaining a ton of power from the increased combat power rate, and if that results in you having to constantly full dex the special 2s, it can be scary, but essentially all you need is a nuke champion there, take him down before he does anything too scary, and that's about all there is to it. Now Onslaught, not really a fast option, but he made it work. And then, next up we have a Jessica Jones here, on the Ebenflow knockdown, right back at it, and aggression prowess mini-boss node, and I will be taking this fight with Onslaught as well. Now going in, I knew for a fact that Onslaught would not be a great counter to Jessica Jones, mainly due to the fact that I do need to get to my special 2 for the degen damage, and Onslaught has no way around the unstoppable that JJ will get at some point in the fight. So essentially, I will be dropping the special 2 despite the unblockable and just praying I recover fast enough that she won't punish me. And if she does, well, she shouldn't have the damage output to be able to nuke me down in a single combo. At the very least, that is my game plan going in. Now, for whatever reason, I did miss a parry here, or something along those lines, and I did get full comboed, making this special 2 here a bit scarier than it originally was going to be. However, despite being unblockable, or rather unstoppable, Jessica Jones decided not to punish me for it, and I live to tell the tale. Now at this point all I gotta do is just parry heavy, or punish the special ones or heavies with heavy to keep the degens paused, and slowly but surely JJ did get melted by them. Honestly, the fight itself was quite simple to take, but yeah, it's a bit sketchy, and I wouldn't really recommend the matchup. Usually against JJ on most nodes you will want to bring someone who either has a ton of cleanse to prevent her from ramping up, or someone who just simply bypasses unstoppable, kinda like Valkyrie would. She would be a great option there. Now next up we have an Attuma here on the high energy diet and burden of might miniboss node, and I will be taking this fight with Onslaught as well. Game plan is just parry heavy, get to a special 2, throw it and let the degen deal with the rest. To start off with, I did drop a special 1 for a quick ramp up, and now my plan is to just avoid dexing, just parry heavy to a special 2, drop it, and that should be the end of this fight. However, trying to avoid dexing is easier said than done, and for whatever reason I did dex quite a few times here by accident, and that is just power draining me with the burden of might node. So what should have been quite a quick fight, at this point basically over, turned out to be, well, not difficult or scary by any means, but just annoying. And yeah, at this point with those concussions, every single special 1 Attuma throws, he will be unstoppable, so I can't even heavy punish the special ones, I gotta wait out, parry him to make him consume the unstoppable, and then throw my heavy. Either way, even with those couple mistakes there, a single special 2 once I got to it just completely destroyed this guy, and honestly, that's one of the easier mini-bosses I have taken in a while. Onslaught just completely counters it with the non-contact heavy attack, meaning you will not take any of the thorns damage there either. Now looking back, I probably could have just skipped the special 1 ramp up, gone straight to my special 2 and still done the fight faster than I did there, but it is what it is. It's not exactly a bad idea to go for the special 1 ramp up either way. And now, next up we have a Titania here on the Hazard Shift, Incinerate and Shock node along with Aggression Prowess, and I will be taking this fight with Onslaught as well. He's resistant, or rather he reduces the potency of the opponent's Bleed, Incinerate and Shock effects by 150%, so every single Hazard Shift debuff on this node will deal no damage. It's just gonna be healing me up from willpower. And that said, Titania is a tactic defender and Onslaught is not a tactic champion, so every single special 1 that I bait here I need to full dex. A single crit from those can be devastating, so if you're ever planning on taking a fight like this, you need to be comfortable full dexing them. Now the fight itself, very simple, just get the special 2 and drop it for the degens. Your Duroshocks will get ramped up from the Hazard Shift debuffs themselves, so you can just skip the special 1, go straight to special 2, and the fight is quite simple. Just don't push her to a special 2 at any point in the fight and you should be fine. And now we have the scariest fight of this war. A Bullseye on the Stunning Affliction and Polka Dot Power miniboss node, and I will be taking this fight with Nick Fury. Now essentially the game plan here is to just figure it out in the fight and try not to die. That's about all there is to it really. So I am running 5 out of 5 deep wounds here for longer bleeds, which is my main source of damage, at least I think it should be. And essentially my game plan is to just play him properly, bait the special ones immediately as he gets them, wait out the evade, and try not to take too much degen damage from the brute force node here. Repeat until he dies. However, that was the plan, but already looking at my health, I knew that that's not gonna work out the way I wanted to, and I need to figure something out here quickly. Otherwise, I'm just gonna die to the block damage, the instant bleeds, and the brute force degen. And with that in mind, I figured that, alright, I just gotta get to my second life here, lock in my tactical charges with a special 1, and then just go in and nuke him down as quickly as possible. I hit the second life, immediately throw the special 1, I have 9 charges, so I will be bypassing Bullseye's evade, go for an intercept, light ending combo for a big bleed, and now just go in, don't care about the evade at all, it's not gonna work, don't bait specials, just nuke him down, light ending combos, let the bleeds do the work, drop the special 1, it's gonna be unblockable, and the fight is over. I gotta say, Nick Fury does work for the fight pretty well, but the way he works is very sketchy, and it's a scary fight, but it worked out and I can't really complain. Though I really don't want to take that fight again anytime soon. And now we have the final fight of this war, yet another Silk boss that I will be taking with Venom this time around. And as usual, the game plan is to just push Silk to her special 2s, full dex them, and that's about all there is to it. If she throws the special 1, I'm dead, and yeah, that's basically the only thing I need to worry about here. The bubble shield node is annoying, but I'm not really planning on blocking that much anyway, so that's not gonna be a problem. The evade, I don't even need to keep an eye on it here, since Venom shuts down Silk's evade in general. Now essentially, Venom is just gonna be melting this fight with basic attacks only. The bleeds are gonna deal massive damage here. And my buff RNG at the start of the fight wasn't the greatest, but with that special 1 eating resistance buffs, I managed to get quite a few unique buffs here, which means even more bleed potency from the Venom relic. And as you can see, it's just been a minute and Silk is just about to die here from those bleeds that she already has. A few more hits after the special 2, and down she goes, a full yellow bar finish, and Venom is such a beast. I wish I get to use more of him in war going forward. As for the results, we did end up losing the war 11 to 24, no real surprises there.